Welcome to the morning after CFFL Week 7 of 2015. Here after another big week in the CFFL and then a week off from the morning after. Some bad news for you. There is no Griff's Gripes this week. Griff is on assignment. He's traveling right now with business. However, I've incorporated something that I think he'd appreciate. It's kind of my gripe in there. So we'll get to that in a little bit. But first, the action of the week. First of all, big game of the week saw the Bruisers take on the Garbage Men. Both teams are 4-2 going in. The Bruisers dominated this one, 83-49. Danny Woodhead put up a ton of points. It was mostly garbage time points, but they still count. 16.5 points for him. And Mike Evans finally broke out for the Garbage Men, so he has that to look forward to, as he should start to be productive like he was last year. But the rest of the team faltered. They fall 83-49. Bruisers moved to 5-2 as the second best team in the league right now, record-wise. Tough loss for the Bucks as they fall 68.5 to 56.5 to last year's champ. The Horn Dogs keep their hopes alive yet. They're now 2-5. The Sharkhandrick West, had 13 points. TJ Yeldon had 12.5 for the Bucks as they are now teetering on a season-end disaster. 2-5. Probably 2 more losses is all they can afford the rest of the year. Bone Storm and the Gargoyles matched up. Gargoyles had a massive week. They win 103-83. Lamar Miller and T.Y. Hilton combined for 45 points. Phillip Rivers for the Bone Storm had 83 points again. Like we said with Woodhead, a lot of garbage time, but it still counts. Gargoyles keep their season alive too with a big win. Cardinals took down Team LBM 81-46.5. Cardinals moved to 6-1. Team LBM struggling right now. As after the game this week, I did have an interview with Chad. He did say he's really looking forward to maybe winning the Jim Shavina consolation belt this year in the losers bracket. He might be the favorite, I told him right now. I said, I think he might be the favorite. You do have the Bryant receivers. That could be a tough matchup for a lot of teams. So we'll have to see if Chad can pull it out. And who knows, maybe he can make a run yet in this year if Des Bryant comes back and is productive. Andrew Luck for him, who's been a tremendous disappointment, he stated, and everyone has realized, doesn't look healthy. 20.5 points. Tom Brady for myself had 22.5 points as we win. The Black Dingoes took down the Kongs 57-51.5. Both teams were 3-3. Black Dingoes move into the last playoff spot if the playoffs were to start now. Todd Gurley had 20.5 points. Right now looking at like one of the best receivers in fantasy for the rest of the way. The Kongs were led by their defense and kicker with 24 points. The rest of the team had a letdown. His team will need to step up for next week and not fall too far out of the playoff race. And finally, Team Price is Right took down the Badgers 72.5 to 54. The Badgers have now lost 3 in a row. And Arian Foster led Team Price is Right with 17.5. Unfortunately for him, he is out for the year. However, Team Price is Right did have 2 receiver touchdowns this week. They actually scored more than 5 total points. So it's a big week for Team Price is Right. So, some good, some bad he has to take. Badgers were led by Amari Cooper, who's been awesome this year with 13.5 points. So a lot of people are kind of clumped together this year. Only 2 teams have a better record than 5-2, and no one has a worse record than 2-5. So playoff picture will be tight the rest of the way. We'll start looking at that in a few weeks. Now on to the player of the week. This week was Lamar Miller for the Gargoyles with 2 touchdowns, 175 yards rushing, 61 yards receiving, 24.5 points total. Most impressive part is he did that in a half. He really did not get any touches in the second half as the Dolphins just destroyed the Texans. Amazing what a difference a coach can make. So they've been really good since the coaching change. Lamar Miller has been great. So we'll have to see how that continues. The Walk of Shame / a gripe this week. I kind of worked that into it if I knew Griff wasn't going to do it. So here we are with our Walk of Shame this week. And it goes to International Series. I don't know what the USA, what Great Britain ever did to the NFL, but the games that they have gotten have been Jacksonville and Buffalo. 2 teams. Buffalo doesn't have their quarterback or Sammy Watkins at this point, and Jacksonville has been bad for the better part of a decade. Miami at the time was in complete disarray and was terrible. The Jets were solid. And then next week, we get treated to Detroit and Kansas City. Detroit, one of the worst teams in the league, who just fired their entire offensive coaching staff. And the Chiefs, who are without their top running back. I don't know if Jeremy Macklin's going to play. Just just terrible games that they've been getting over there. The Jacksonville game actually turned out to be a good game, but not real good. Yo bitch, top free agent pickup of the week. This week by default goes to Alfred Blue, who looks like he will be the number one running back in Houston now. Not that that's saying much, because they have not been very good this year. But he's a number one running back. It looks like Polk might get some carries too, but it'll probably be Blue. So you're my boy, Blue, even though that is incorrect grammar on that picture there. Still fits the picture, fits the scene, I guess. Finally, top game next week. The Bucs take on the Cardinals. Although matchup-wise, it doesn't look like a very good matchup. It is the top 2 scoring teams in the CFFL, so it'll be a good matchup there. Remember to follow me on Twitter at ChrisWeberTRS. The site will be back up, so we should be able to get some new articles out. Again, that's the Runner Sports. And also remember to check out the power rankings I send out. ESPN does those. Occasionally I put the comments in, especially if I don't do a show, I will do the comments myself. But they have some sort of formula they use to calculate all those. Depends on how many wins you have and how many points you've scored. They don't take into account like the breakdown like EA Sports used to, but it's still not bad. Better than they have in the past, so it's improving. So good luck to everyone this week except Team Kent. You're going down, buddy. Going down. Gotta take you down. Make you in the top scoring team where you have to go down. So I will see everyone next week with another edition of The Morning After, and hopefully the gripes are back. Talk to you later. Thank you. Bye.